So we got to get Kathy ready to go on this big long road trip and to do all these wonderful things that we got coming up. But I'm going to tell you something. Kathy's a 20-year-old truck, and I don't trust her as far as I can throw her. So there's a few things that we're going to need to take with us before we go. Now look, I love this truck. I love Kathy. I built her, okay? But she got a bad tendency every time I need her help. She wants to break down and kind of leave me stranded. So before we go, we're going to pack a few things. Not because I'm paranoid or that it won't make it, but just in case. So before we hit the road, I'm going to show you what I'm going to pack, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going to pack it. Now look here, fellas. There's going to be some things on this list that I just don't have with me right now, but I will have it before I hit the road. So as we're going through this list, kind of keep that in mind that there's some things I still got to pick up. But first up, let's talk about our basics. We've got our basic ratchet, basic sockets, okay? We're going to be taking them. We're going to be taking our basic wrenches. Okay, now, on a GM vehicle or have anything to kind of do with them, you know that pretty much everything from a 19mm down on both sockets and wrenches is a must-have if you're dealing with the GM. Now, if you're dealing with the older ones, go standard. But for most part nowadays with Kathy, 19mm and below, don't leave home without your trusty 8 and 10mm. Now, let's kind of get into some things that we know that we might wind up having to do. So when I go to leave home, I'm going to make sure that I carry some spare fuses with me, and I'm going to make sure that I carry some other things with me. Other things that I'm going to be bringing for the electrical trip, okay, for the electrical portion of things, I'm going to be bringing my Bench Sports tuner, just in case something happens out on the road and my ECU wants to brick. I've got a way to unplug it there in the field and get it up and going. I'm also going to be bringing my HP Tuners MPVI4. Shout out to HP Tuners. Love you guys. Love everything you do. Great quality stuff. And I'm going to be bringing along a quality laptop just in case I have to do something here. In case I have to get in there. The other thing I'm going to be bringing, some other things I'm going to be bringing is a standalone. Just a basic scanner that can read out codes and tell me what's going on without jeopardizing any kind of integrity with the ECM. And if you've ever changed a bad ground or had to chase a bad ground or a bad electrical problem out on the road, I'm sure you can relate when I tell you I'm also going to be bringing along a Tesalite, a multimeter, and some connectors and some electrical tape, just in case. Alright guys, so we've covered some electrical things that I'm going to be carrying, and we've covered some mechanical wrenches and hand tools that I'm going to be bringing as well. Let's start talking about our fluids. Okay, what kind of fluids am I going to be bringing? Well, I'll tell you right now, I ain't leaving home without a can of brake clean. Stuff comes handy in a jam. It's flammable. It can be used as ether in all kinds of situations. Really good, handy stuff to have around. Now, some things that I got to pick up. I need to pick up some ATF. I need to pick up a quart of oil just in case. I need to pick up a gallon of coolant, again, just in case. Listen, guys, it's way easier to top off than to be walking. Don't forget that. I know what you guys are thinking, but Nick, okay, you've got some hand tools, your basic hand tools, you've got some electrical stuff, you got some fluids. But what are you going to do if you really get broke down? You're really stranded. You need some emergency gear. What are you going to carry? What are you going to do? Well, I got that covered. I got a strap here, okay? Got me a good quality strap just in case I need somebody to pull me off to the side of the road. Alright. I've got me a tire plug kit. Rip, rare, and roaring to go. Now this one's old, but You know, 6 to 1, half a dozen to another. It'll work. What else do I have for emergencies? Well, one of the big things that I tell people to carry when they're traveling is I got to change of clothes. Okay? You always make sure you got a good change of clothes because you never know when you might need them. A couple other things that I'm going to be carrying in the event of an emergency. I'm going to be carrying some zip ties and some, and if I can afford it, I'm going to try to get one of those handy dandy little pumps just in case. But that probably won't happen. But if you have that option, you should definitely carry some type of source of air. Now look here, fellas. Okay. You get out there on that road, stuff happens. Okay, you can't really, you just got to deal with it. So, what do? You know, you got your emergency supplies. So, what do? You know, you got your emergency supplies. You got your hand tools. We can do some things. Now, some things to consider to add on, and this is what I would call just veteran style things to carry with you, just in case. Some bottled water, preferably in a gallon jug. Some zip ties, because you never know when you might need them, especially when you're dealing with a Chevrolet, and the infamous shift cable. Okay, so you never know when you're going to need some zip ties. You never know when you're going to need some bottled water. Something else that a lot of you guys don't know: carry around a bottle of isopropylene alcohol with you. Now, the isopropylene alcohol is a big deal because in isopropyl alcohol, if you pour it inside of your washer fluid and you're driving through a cold winter storm or something, when you have to spray your windshield to clear it off, the alcohol will melt the ice and keep your wiper blades from building up with ice, and it'll keep your windshield clean too. Now comes the real kicker. Let's talk about some stuff that I'm going to be carrying with me and looking at with specifically for Kathy. So we know Kathy has a rear end leak. Okay, some of the things that I'm going to be bringing with me just in case I need a little more oomph is I'm going to be carrying my trusty dusty Milwaukee set with me, just in case. These things save time, they save energy, and when you're broke down on the side of the road, it's a real dangerous place to be, and having something like that is a pretty good way to get you off that road pretty quickly. Now, some of the other things that I'm going to carry specifically for Kathy, I'm going to be carrying a pair of needle nose pliers. Now, why would I be carrying a pair of needle nose pliers? Well, let's talk about this for a brief second. If you didn't know, GM vehicles, especially right around the 2000 models, when you go to hook a tuner up to them or any type of OBD 2-port tool, it's recommended that you remove the radio amp fuse and the radio fuse as well. It's recommended that you remove those, so having a nice pair of needle nose pliers to grab those fuses and swap them out real quick comes in real handy in a clutch. Well guys, that's about everything that I'm going to be packing to take out on the road with me and Kathy. I'm sure there's a few things I missed, and if I did, make sure you drop it down in the comment. I'm probably going to need it with my luck with Kathy here. Next week we're going to dive in and we're going to be doing some of the repairs that need to be done before our big trip, so you guys make sure to stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I think I need to pack all this stuff up and make sure I know where it's at. You guys make sure to stay safe. Remember, America, I love you. You got the one airborne. We'll catch you on that turnaround. We gone.